Um,
Oh,
so what else happened? So another massive thing, which was such a big shock, was the Level Infinity LAN cafe closing down.
that one was a sad one.
Happened a couple of days ago, and I feel like we could talk about this for a while. Did either of you go there?
No, I
No,
didn't.
no.
Okay, so I've been there. It was definitely the best kitted out cafe in Australia from what I've seen. They had like all the top gear. They had pretty much 3 floors. They had
Yeah.
their own gym. Like they just
Wow.
spared no
Wow,
expense, which I think is
damn.
part of the reason why it why it went under. So I'm just gonna bring
Yeah.
the
See,
tweet here.
I've never actually been there, but I've had friends that have been there, friends that have gone there for like practices before events. Level's the one in Melbourne, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
here's a
See,
video.
before I remember hearing about them a little while ago because the big Rocket League tournament that happened at PAX not last year but the year before, I think. I had all of the friends that were actually playing. I think it was the year that Jam was actually representing a team in the final four of the PAX tournament. And I remember I went. I didn't go with them, but a whole heap of friends went to Level to practice, like to get all of their like nerves out of the way, to try and warm up, get some scrims going before all the tournament stuff had actually started. So it's kind of crazy to see that they out of nowhere too, from the sounds of it, kind of just shut down.
Yeah, I'll make this video bigger. It's pretty good. I'll give you guys an idea of what it looks like. So, they got LED lights everywhere. Like, they kitted it out with all these nice gaming chairs. Like, they had streamer rooms. So this is one of the streamer rooms.
Yeah.
So it has
So it was,
3 curved monitors. It was an entire room dedicated to like so streamers who come in and stream.
yeah.
Um,
That's
they had two
bonkers.
of those, I think. And then this is like a bar that they had, like a bubble tea bar.
Wow.
Um,
Huh.
That's crazy.
yeah, I'll see if there's any
I mean,
more.
it sounds like it was definitely
It
massively
was it
decked
was
out.
kitted out, So immediately after they closed down, like the social media guys and the guys that were just kind of employees, were on the Level Infinity Discord and kind of spilling a bit of the goss. And I went on there because I wanted to know like what happened. So I do have a bit of information which hasn't been publicly released, but people I guess were it was kind of assumed. So and I tweeted a couple of screenshots from this, so it's on my Twitter. Um,
Yeah. Just
but
the ones that were in the
what
Discord.
they said was that basically it was financial trouble. There weren't enough people going there to cover the costs, and that was due to mismanagement. Was what was the word that was used. So, and
Wow.
yeah, a couple of employees were in
Wow.
Discord and just talking about what happened. Nothing too. They didn't go into too many details, but the gist that I got was that the head owner had like his idea of how it was supposed to be run, and everyone else didn't agree with it, and then that created a lot of conflict. And it turns out that the costs that they put into, which is massive, and like they were even saying that when they were building it, they went to like JB Hi-Fi and ordered 30 keyboards, like just from JB, which is
Jesus.
all like marked up a lot. So like you'd think
That's
that,
yeah.
if you're gonna open a place like this, you'd probably want to contact like some companies maybe and see if you can get
Oh,
like
for
even a
sure.
bulk discount or like 10% or
Or a,
something.
yeah, or like a not a sponsorship, but like some sort of
Yeah, like a
partnership
partnership
agreement
or
or
something.
something.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, if
Um,
you're going to be spending that amount of money on 30 keyboards, you may as well find somebody, put that little bit of extra work in, and save yourself probably hundreds of dollars. It
Well,
is
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and like apparently they were overpaying on everything. And the guy who runs the socials, he was the first one that came in that actually knew the esports scene.
Yeah.
That's this guy here, Finlay, or it might have been the other one. Oh, Lockie, it was Lockie, yeah. Um, so yeah, they really kind of just I think went balls deep without really knowing what they were getting into, and costs were obviously way too high, and probably had a incorrect idea of how many people were actually going to show. Like they were open 24/7, which is
Jesus.
like a lot of places do that, which is
That's a bit
interesting.
much.
Yeah,
Like,
like a lot
yeah.
of
I mean,
places in Sydney,
where were they? Like, there's a few factors that would go into it. Like, where were they located?
they're in the middle of Melbourne.
See, so is MCNet, and MCNet has a massive credible, what's the word, credibility, and
Hmm.
I have friends that go there on whims. Like that's something to think about. How many people were going there just for the sake of going there to play in an internet cafe? You know,
Yeah,
a lot of especially PC gaming, because you're not going to go to a LAN cafe and find PS4s all over the place.
No.
no,
Especially
like
PC gaming nowadays, it's become very introverted. It's kind of moved towards doing it at home, like all that kind of stuff.
yeah, because like connections at home are way better than they used to be. Like back in the day, everyone that didn't have cable, which is like 90% of the population, would go and play at a cafe. Like I was lucky that I had cable pretty young, so I had a good computer
Yeah.
at home, good internet. But I still went to cafes just to play with my mates because none of them had good PCs or had good internet. So I used to
Yeah.
go like every weekend.
And the times have changed from that now.
Yeah, but now like
Everyone's got a
everyone's got pretty good
good
internet. Like the computers are pretty good for if you're a serious gamer. So it definitely cuts into that net cafe like LAN cafe model, but
yeah.
it's still
Like
a
how
good
viable are they
experience.
nawadays?
Yeah,
How
it's really
like
hard to tell,
Yeah.
but
they're
it's
sort
probably
of they seem to
shifting
be
more.
trailing off a little bit. Like I'm not going on the whole tangent of level shutting down as like a direct correlation to it, but they have definitely been trailing off for a while. People are getting sick and tired of spending money to use something that they've got a better version of at home. So
Yeah, I think it's like if you're going to open it, you have to have tournaments. Like you have to have a reason people to go, other
and
than just
you
like
need to
Yeah.
you
playing.
need to stick yourself out of the mud, essentially.
Yeah, and
You need to
Infinity
kind
did
of
that
push
though. Like
yourself out.
Infinity, when they launched, had really good marketing. They had really nicely done videos. Their social media team was on point. Like they kind of came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden were the best LAN cafe in Melbourne within a week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the way that they interacted with the community, and they had tournaments there. They had CS, they had Fortnite. Like they had a lot of good ideas, but I
Yeah.
guess it really wasn't enough to overcome, the management
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
I don't
Whoever
know
was
for sure,
running
but
it
Exactly
just
that.
that would be
had
my
no
guess.
vision for it, and yeah, it just paid the price.
I feel
Well, I
like
feel like
Price.
you go,
I mean, I
Jake.
can't speak for him, but I feel like it was more along the lines of he had this idea a long time ago, and he probably got to that idea. Like, he probably saw the goal and was like, I'm going to make Level Infinity Cafe. And he's probably made it to the point where he was actually happy with it, but now I feel like the problem was where to go from there. It was sort of where to move the Level Infinity to, what kind of upgrades they want to do, what kind of new ideas they wanted to do, and all of it kind of, I feel like all the management, I mean, I can't speak factually, but this is my personal take on it. I feel like all the management sort of tried to come together, but didn't really come together, and everybody wanted to do their own separate. Like they had an idea for each other. There was like, I want to do this, and it just didn't work out that way. So I feel like that's probably the best option. But that being said, I can't think of any reason why you've got this decked out massive cafe that's 3 floors, like 3 stories tall, got thousands of dollars worth of computer parts. Why just call it quits? Like there has to be a reason. There has to be a deeper reason than just.
Well, yeah, you can only run in the red so much. Like they've got rent, they've
Oh
got all
yeah,
this, and yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of money to pour into something, but yeah, he probably just hit
Yeah.
hit the limit. But yeah, apparently they're looking to sell like PCs and
okay,
Well, that's what. So Canberra's LAN cafe here, the Barracks, it just shut down. It's been here for probably 15, 20 years.
jeez,
But the reason why it shut down is because the owner owns Reload, the games bar here.
yeah,
oh okay,
So he's closed it down to expand it to make it Reload
to
into.
relocate.
Yeah,
like
so
a bar plus cafe.
well, yeah, he already has probably about 15 or 20 PCs in Reload, as well as the consoles and that. So they do run tournaments in there and everything. But I guess it's more cost effective to tear the business down and then reopen it as part of Reload.
Yeah,
And they had a massive sale as well, and were just selling everything, like all their gear, because they were just getting new stuff in, and it was just marked down to nothing. And I
yeah,
missed it. I wish I had gone, but I missed it.
Mm.
yeah.
Well, I think
See, that's one thing that sorry.
it's alright.
I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people probably want to keep a little bit of an eye on, especially around level. Just for the people that are watching, they're probably going to be looking to sell their stuff,
Mm.
Yeah,
just
I
to
mean,
try and make a little bit of that money back, just to try and pull themselves a little closer to out of the red as they can. So keep an eye on their Twitter. They'll probably announce something close to them actually selling stuff.
well, I saw people in Discord literally like an hour after the announcement already seeing if they could buy stuff. So
Yeah.
it's definitely
What else are
happening.
they gonna do with it? You know, if they're shutting down,
Yeah,
not like they're gonna
yeah.
just keep the building and just
Yeah.
keep the computers in there. Just we might open up one day. Who knows? We'll see. Keep your eyes closed.
Yeah, I
Just
think
take-
Shaky Skeleton in chat makes a really good point. He said the community aspect needs to be the champion if it's going to work.
Oh,
It's totally
100%.
true. These days,
Too
I think
commercial.
that the LAN cafe is more about community and like going to catch up with your mates and playing in more of a social setting. Um, in somewhere where you can also like go and have a drink after or
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's what it's all about. So you need like and Infinity did this well. Like they definitely had the right ideas. I think it was just they kind of went too big. I also heard from when I went in Discord after they closed down that the guys had some crazy plans. Like they had a 5 level building that they were renting out. They were going to have like a fully decked out tournament set up on one level, a gym on one
Jesus.
level, like a streamer section on one level. Like this is like in 7 figures they were going to put into, or hopefully they were looking
Jeez.
to invest into this thing.
You
So
really got to hope the return is like on.
yeah, that's it. Like how are you going to
Return on
make the
that.
kind of money out of that building? Like it doesn't seem
Well,
financially
you
viable at all.
couldn't like you would have to rent out everything at such a markup for it to be viable. Like it's
Yeah,
just
and especially
it's
when you
Yeah.
have no experience, like if you're the owner and he just had no experience, no contacts in esports or gaming, like it's more plausible if someone who's really well known wants to do that because he's got
yeah.
all the contacts with suppliers, with teams, so he can get a lot of the stuff cheaper. He can get like the biggest teams in there to train and um
Yeah.
so
Well,
like
and
that's more
that's yeah.
viable. But if some random guy like wants to do that, it just seems like you're just flushing money down the toilet, which I
Yeah,
Yeah.
guess is
and
what
that's why
happened.
like it's a wonder marketing or social media didn't like. I don't know how much pull they had, but surely they would have had contacts or something like that. You'd think that yeah, they would have been able to pull something maybe together to
Yeah, I
help
mean,
with
I did
that.
hear
But
that like the social media team weren't actually getting paid. It was they were doing that just off their own backs.
oh,
So
all
like the
right,
people that actually work there were obviously getting paid, but the guys that run the Twitter and all that were just volunteers.
Damn.
So that's
That's
I
dangerous.
mean, like they kind of created their own little community, um,
yeah,
with Level Infinity, which is why they were happy to do that. Like I know the Discord also was a community thing. The Level Infinity Discord was something set up by the staff, like the owner's not even in the Discord. So like
Interesting.
they were definitely on the right. I think they had the right ideas, but they just execution I don't think worked out.
I think.
Anyway,
I mean, good ideas. Yeah. Just
yeah.
a little too much. I feel like just too many things that could have gone wrong just went wrong.
yeah. Anything else we
Yeah,
need to touch on there? I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
and yeah, Shaky's right. Like for the big streamers, like partner streamers and things like that, it would have been a good if it had been marketed well. And
Yeah.
instead,
Exactly.
if they want to take a holiday, they can, and if they're worried about their community, they can still catch up with their community while they're away.
Yeah,
But
and
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember that Level Infinity actually did some marketing with some streamers when they were opening up.
Just wasn't enough.
Natasha, do you guys know Natasha? She's a CS:GO player.
Natasha.
She's a CS:GO streamer, and player, and she was there along with another CS:GO streamer. I forget her name. She's Taz's girlfriend. Probably you guys probably don't know because you don't need to CS:GO.
no, this blank look on my face says it all.
Anyway, they got two streamers, and these are pretty decent sized streamers. So they would have paid them for sure to go to Level Infinity to do some marketing, and they were, obviously using stream rooms and everything. So yeah, I think they had some really good ideas, but just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
let's
like.
move
I
on from
mean.
that.
Yeah.